As renters, we're often limited by tiny outdoor spaces, whether it be a balcony or a patio. But just because the space is small doesn't mean it can't have a big impact and become a beautiful, relaxing place to spend outdoors in the summer. Hi, I'm Allie, and I'm getting ready to start my patio makeover here in my rental. So as I've been getting ready for it, I've been thinking about some of the past upgrades that I've done in other apartments. These are some really good renter-friendly upgrades that can truly just transform your outdoor area. So let's talk about setting the foundation, and my very first tip is to plan your patio or outdoor space just like you would any room inside your apartment. By doing this helps you create a more cohesive feel and look between your indoor and your outdoor spaces, or just allows you to address your needs or how you need your outdoor space to function versus what you already have going on inside. Because maybe you want it to be more of a dining area, or maybe you want it to be more of a relaxing lounging area. It just helps you kind of get an idea of how you want to move forward, and also be intentional with the different furniture pieces that you select and bring in to your outdoor area. I always like to pick a color scheme or even like a vibe or theme that I want to create for my patio or balcony. So last summer, or I guess no, not even last summer, it was 2 summers ago now, I created a grand millennial kind of coastal theme out on our balcony that Alex and I in our last apartment. It kind of felt like we had our little beachy space away from home while still being at home. I think that a patio or outdoor space can really be fun and playful. It gives you a chance to go a little bit out of your comfort zone, or even just kind of push the boundaries of maybe what you would be doing inside, and just really have fun with it and make it a space that you'll love. Because the more that you love that your outdoor space looks, the more time you are going to want to spend outside. Next, you want to create zones with your furniture. Just because it is a small area does not mean that you can't have both a dining type area and a lounging area, or find a way to combine the two. Again, mentioning our last balcony, we created a lounge area with a little sofa and a coffee table on one side of our balcony. Then on the other side, I put a little bistro set with a table and chairs, because Alex and I do enjoy having a meal out on the patio together, but we also want to have a space where we can lounge and relax and not just be stuck to sitting at the little tiny table and chairs. So I was able to put the couch on one side, or like the little outdoor sofa on one side, and the table and chairs on the other, and it filled the space. It felt plenty roomy, and it worked really well for us. And there's a lot of different ways that you can do that as well. I've seen where there's like drop down bars or railing bars that exist if you have a balcony, so that you can have just little stools tucked underneath. You could also do what I did in, would that be now 3 apartments ago? I think 3 would be right, where I got really comfy chairs with comfy cushions, even brought in like a little footrest, but then built out the side table so that it could be pulled out and then used as a dining table. It was small, but it worked, and I was able to kind of get the dual function out of that. Which then brings me in to my third upgrade and tip, which is the dual purpose furniture in a space. So I mentioned that table, which was very useful to have built that out and then had that extra area to be able to lounge and then also enjoy a meal outside. But another way that you can do this is with storage. And so I talked about that sofa, and that sofa was more than just a nice little lounge area. I built it out of 2 IKEA outdoor storage boxes. I'm not even gonna try pronouncing the name of what these were, but I took 2 of them and assembled arms and joined them all together. It was very, very simple and easy to do, but what I loved about it was the seat can come off and then it access storage underneath. So I could store cushions, throw pillows, outdoor things that I didn't need to just be out and about could go right down into the seat part. So it opened up a lot of different room on our balcony, so we weren't feeling just so crowded by things, and also things could just be tucked away to protect them from the weather. I'd put the cushions in, and then we actually just put a tarp over top just to keep everything nice and dry. So thinking about ways that you could double your furniture as storage can also be very useful, especially when you're limited to such a tiny space, and also have limited storage options, whether it be on your outdoor area or just within your apartment in general. The next upgrade that I always do for my balcony or patio spaces as a renter is adding a rug down over the existing deck or concrete or whatever you might have. I love doing this because I just feel like every rental that I've lived in, the deck has always just been worn or just not looking very good. It's stained or whatever. And so putting a rug down, it really helps because it just makes it instantly feel cozier, more elevated, and honestly, outdoor rugs are incredibly affordable, especially compared to indoor rugs. Usually you can get away with a little bit of a smaller rug than you would in an indoor space, and there's so many different size options available too. I follow pretty much the same rule that you would follow for picking an indoor rug when it comes to the size, where you want it to mostly cover the space and make sure that your furniture also overlaps over top. It's just going to make it look a little bit better and more put together and designer at the end of the day. Next up, I want to talk about interlocking deck tiles. In my 26 upgrades video that I posted at the beginning of the year, I said that that was something I wanted to do this year, and I'm definitely still planning on it because I got a lot of comments and feedback from you guys saying that it's truly like a really easy way to upgrade the space and it really looks good. So I'm gonna listen to that advice, and it's something that I really do want to do on our patio this year. And so Alex and I are gonna have to make a trip to IKEA to pick out some of those interlocking deck tiles. But if you don't have an IKEA near you, I'll link a couple Amazon options below. I did price this out. It is going to be a little bit more of an expensive upgrade for us to do this. But after we move out here, we could take them with us and reinstall them. And at least they are very movable too, which is so important to me as a renter, is being able to take the upgrades that I've done and move them into a new space. My next upgrade is adding privacy, and I want to start with my DIY privacy wall, which this thing went kind of viral 2 years ago when I did it. And I don't really understand why it was controversial in the way that it was. So I essentially built a privacy wall on our last balcony because when we sat outside, our neighbors were also sitting outside, and it just felt like we didn't have that level of privacy where we could just enjoy ourselves out there because they were also out there. It just always felt a little bit uncomfortable, and we would notice that when we would come out and try to enjoy our patio, if they were already outside, they would go inside, and kind of vice versa. So I built this patio wall and installed it just using some zip ties to the railing. It worked because it allowed Alex and I to enjoy our outdoor space without feeling like we were infringing on other people also enjoying their outdoor spaces. And honestly, even the neighbors appreciated it. They had mentioned to us that they really liked it as well. And I think because they were experiencing the same thing that we were feeling. But as renters, we're often just stacked on top of each other. We have people below us, above us, right next door. To be able to create just a little bit of separation and privacy in our own outdoor spaces and that limited outdoor space that we even get, I think just makes it more enjoyable and more relaxing. And Alex and I started using our patio so much more after that was installed versus before it was there. So it's just those little things. If you could do something smaller that's going to make you want to use that space a little bit more often, go for it. It is so worth it. Now I want to talk about another option if you live on a more enclosed balcony, if you want to add privacy. So a few apartments ago, I added privacy curtains just using some clothesline and some little hooks that screwed into the sides of the wall. Created the teeniest little holes, but it wasn't anything that was too big to worry about when it was time to move out. And I really enjoyed doing this because it was just super easy to do. It was so inexpensive to do, and I was able to then have this nice sheer curtains that when I closed them, I could enjoy my patio without anybody from the parking lot like looking up, and I just felt like I had my own little world outside. So I just thought I would share this option as well if you have less of an open area for your outdoor space and have more of like an enclosed type balcony. This one works really well, and I know in the past you guys have loved this idea, so I thought I would bring it back here, especially because I no longer have an outdoor area that this would particularly work in. So I wanted to make sure that I shared this one as well. Next, I want to talk about creating a small space garden and a couple different ways that you can make this possible, because obviously we can't be out in the lawn planting a garden, growing plants or vegetables or whatever that may be, but you still can in a little bit of a smaller way. One of the easiest and I think like most accessible upgrades for an outdoor garden is a railing planter. I have installed these in every single balcony that I have ever had. A planter that goes out on the railing where I then either put some pretty plants that I want to enjoy, or I've used it as an herb garden to grow some like basil or rosemary or whatever, and these always work really well. And I just enjoy that I can have like that little herb garden out there where I can have fresh herbs for our cooking and then enjoy then what we grew out with a meal on the patio. It's just such a like nice experience. These are so easy because they are totally damage free. They just hook right over the railing and you can remove them when you move out. No need to drill any sort of holes or anything like that. So I think that this is such a good idea for a renter. Now, if you want to do something that maybe takes up less space kind of like horizontally, I also have built a vertical planter before, which was a vertical herb garden. I just took some really basic boards, glued them together, just built it all by hand, like a handsaw and everything, and hung it up over, there was like a door for storage out on my balcony, and added some planters. It looked so nice, and I was able to grow a wide variety of different herbs out there to have a garden, and I just think that it just added to the experience. I was able to utilize a vertical space in an outdoor area, because I know we talk about a lot of that for an indoor area of using vertical space, but that is a way that you can utilize it outdoors. And it just looked really nice, and it just felt good to be able to have fresh food growing outside. Now, if you don't have a vertical space, you don't have a railing, as a renter, I definitely say go for it with a container garden. And that's more like what I'm going to be doing here, since we are on a ground floor patio. So I don't have a railing, I don't have the vertical space necessarily. So I plan on growing plants in containers and pretty little planters and things. In our last apartment, we actually grew a pepper plant out on the balcony in a little flower pot, and it worked really well. So look into container gardening if you're interested, especially in growing your own food. And if you don't have that kind of yard or outdoor space, I think that this opens up a lot of options and opportunities for growing fresh things, or even just having live plants outside. I think that this is a really good place to start. I now want to talk about DIY and upcycling, because I've talked about a few projects and things you can make, but there's also ways that you can just upcycle and DIY things out on your own patio to really just make it more enjoyable and also keep it affordable, because patio furniture, brand new, can be very expensive. So sometimes it's easier to take things that you already have, or maybe a little bit more inexpensive, and customize them to fit your needs. So one of the ways that I have done this is with my concrete planter DIY. You guys love it. This video gets views every single year ever since I made it, where I took some really basic, cheap plastic planters and gave them a faux concrete finish. They held up really well outside. They had such a high impact. I found these two wall sconces that were plastic, spray painted them, and then put some plants inside and hung them from the light. It looked really good. It created a little bit of like a feature or focal point on that boring blank wall right there. A coat of spray paint on a piece of furniture that looks worn or rusted can truly go a long way in upgrading an area. So think about ways that you can DIY and upcycle before going ahead and buying something new. And finally, I have a few tips for some of the finishing touches, the things to bring a space together at the end. The first one is layered lighting. I actually talked about this in my last video for indoor, but I think it also applies to outdoor. Bringing in lots of different lighting for enjoying this space out in the evening makes it so much more fun and relaxing. So string lights, there's so many different solar light options out there. Even bringing in candles or like little tiny torches or things like that, just to bring in warm, cozy elements to enjoy it out in the evening and not necessarily have to turn on your outdoor overhead light if you even have one outside. So layering the lighting is just going to create that overall mood and environment that just feels inviting. A great like space too if you're planning on hosting or having anybody over. There's just nothing better than sitting out on a patio in the evening under these soft, warm lighting. So I want to talk about some different types of lighting you can bring in, because I have two options that I've been seeing so many really cool options for lately, and that is solar lighting and rechargeable lighting. There's been so many really cool solar lights that I've been seeing come out, especially this year, ones that like clip on to your siding or onto like the side of a patio that are totally damage free. Even really cool little table lamps that you could set outside. There's solar powered string lights if you don't have an outlet to plug anything in. I think this is so cool as a renter because you don't have to worry if you don't have power. And the same goes for rechargeable lights. I keep seeing all these really cute little rechargeable lamps out on patio spreads, and I really want to incorporate that into our patio this year with some of those really cool lights. So those are just a couple ideas of how you can bring in different lighting elements. Now I want to talk about a DIY that I did that I think is very renter friendly, and that's creating a small little fire pit moment. I actually have two different ways that I did this, and I love both of them so much. The first one was taking a planter and filling it with some stones, and then taking one of those little tabletop torches that you fill with the citronella oil to keep bugs away, which I do hate a bug on the patio, even though it is an outdoor space and there's bugs outside. This seems to help at least a little bit. And then another way that I did the same thing using that same little lantern is I just took a really pretty glass lantern that I found that you're supposed to put a candle down in. So it's like a outdoor candle votive, and it was just so pretty, the little lantern inside, and it created this really just pretty lantern moment, and bringing that outdoors just overall made it feel so much cozier. And I actually already am planning on doing something just like this again this year. I would not recommend doing something like this if you are on a more covered patio or balcony, but if you are in a more open space, then this is definitely safe and fine to do. It's just a fun way to add that extra lighting element, that cozy element, especially as a renter where you can't really have a full fire pit or something like that when you're enjoying your evenings outdoors. And finally, you don't want to forget about the cozy elements, the things that are going to bring the whole space together to make it inviting, cozy, and comfortable as you are spending time outside. That is the throw pillows and the throw blankets and any other little touches that you want to bring in just to overall increase just how it feels to be out there and to lounge and be comfortable. I love bringing in lots of throw pillows outside and also some cozy blankets to sit underneath when it's a little bit cooler in the evening. But just doing these little things of bringing in some fun color or pattern or texture just overall makes the space just look better in the end. I think it's what upgrades it from just being a basic patio with your basic furniture out there to something that looks well designed and well put together and intentional. And it's just an easy thing to do. It's really affordable to do this and add that extra little finishing touch and detail. And overall, it just creates such a big impact for your tiny outdoor space. So those are my 15 renter-friendly ideas to upgrade your outdoor space for the spring and summer, and I hope that you took away a few new ideas. If you have anything that you've done in your own outdoor space in your apartment, let me know down in the comments, because as I said, I'm planning my own outdoor makeover coming up super soon in a couple of weeks. I would love to get some more ideas of what I can incorporate into our new space here. But maybe you are done with your outdoor space or are looking for ideas to do inside of your apartment, then I will link this video here on the screen for you to watch next. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.